You've probably heard that it's not what you know, it's who you know. But the people you do know professionally never seem to give you value back. Relationships and communication are the cornerstone of business. Relationships with your employees, relationships with your clients, relationships with your business partners, and your greater professional network. If you don't have relationships, opportunity can become hard to come by. So we're going to talk about how you can clearly communicate and build solid relationships with everybody in your professional life, so you can run a great business and not miss any opportunities. I'm Ryan with 4in10.io. 60% of all small businesses are not profitable. It's our goal to provide you with the tools and the frameworks that you need to become one of the 4 in 10 that are profitable and financially free. We're going to start at rock bottom with core relationship principles. We're going to set goals so our relationships are based on something, then work on relationships close to you, your clients and employees, then move outward to your immediate professional circle, then onward to your greater professional network. So what is a relationship? A relationship is an emotional tie with another person based on trust and commonality. If you don't have trust, not a good relationship. And if you share no values, interests, or experience, you'll have a hard time connecting. Mutual reciprocation is what makes friendship and trust grow. Share and you will be shared with. Give and people will give back. Friends are people that we trust enough to overlook their flaws. We share enough commonality with them that we can trust them with our inner thoughts and feelings. So in business, how do we build trust and commonality? Well, how do we build normal friendships? If we care about the other person, we show it. It could be an investment of time, listening to things they want to listen to, doing things they want to do, getting them gifts, buying them food. And once again, we're back to providing value. Also, I got to give away free stuff. No, you can provide value without money. So how do we bring value to business connections, starting with our office? It's pointless to try to go out and bring business connections back to home base if your house isn't in order. If you have employees that you can't manage, jobs that are never properly completed, issues maintaining repeat clients or just communicating with clients in general, or if you can't connect with your team properly, that is the first order of business. That is the foundation everything else is built on. So let's take care of that first. The very first order of value that you can bring to your clients and your employees is expectations. See, your staff are just looking for safety and consistency. They want to know what they need to do and how they need to do it. If things go wrong, and they will, they want to know how you, the boss, are going to react. How are you going to fix the problem? What should they do next time? An average employee generally wants to work and do well. They want to find satisfaction in what they do. So give them expectations for what a good job looks like. Let them know what happens when things fall through. Write every single process down, not to micromanage, but to give your people clarity. Then once you give clarity, you can troubleshoot. You can find any little problems and ask what needs to be fixed. Listen and provide more value. But that leads to our second point. Listening. When is the last time that someone listened to you, truly listened to you, sat down and let you talk about whatever and actually cared about your opinion? It's really hard to find. It's rare to find someone that gives you their full attention and actually cares. When you ask what your employees think of their roles and expectations, listen. Are you providing good value for them, or are you making their lives harder? Treat them like people. Treat your relationship like a relationship. The same goes for your clients. They desire to be heard. When you onboard a client, have them talk about your problem. Ask questions, really dig deep into why they feel some kind of way about the problem they're facing. Empathize. Listen. Once you sit down and empathize with what you've heard, you can lay out a game plan. Hey, I totally understand that's a terrible problem. We've dealt with it before. Here's how we're going to fix it. Here's how long it's going to take. This is what we're going to do. Hearing and listening, truly listening, and then setting expectations. A lot of people have trouble being salesy, but it's because they put themselves into a position where they're trying to squeeze out a sale. They're trying to take value instead of give value. Or at least they believe they have a poor value proposition. When you reframe the way you communicate to try to provide as much value as possible for the other person, it'll be much easier for you to communicate, sell, and close. So what's a practical example? What's something we can dig our hands into? If you haven't seen the last video, make SOPs, make playbooks, sit down and organize your entire process so people have an expectations, both your employees and your clients, of what's going to happen, how it's going to happen, why it's going to happen. This video isn't going into SOPs, but that's crucial to set expectations. We need to set expectations about what the business is about and where we're going. Where is this ship headed? How are we steering it? You can't let your employees know what's going on if you don't know what's going on. This is 4in10.io. You don't need a subscription to follow along with this video. It'll make sense regardless. 4in10 has a strategic planning section that's built for your company to grow while keeping things practical. Here, we can make goals. These are going to be larger goals we need to meet. Bigger picture. What do you want right now for your company? Going with the car detailing example from previous videos, let's say you're no longer running a solo operation, you have a few techs underneath you, but maybe you want to be fully autonomous. Maybe the next step for you is to hire a manager so somebody else is managing your staff for you. We're going to promote up from the staff staff that we have and hire a few more staff to make sure that we're fully stocked. So here's our goal. Promote up a manager and hire 3 more detailing techs. Let's check that it's smart, because if it's not a smart goal, it's not a goal. It's definitely specific enough for what we're doing. It's measurable. Yep, 1 manager, 3 techs. It's very achievable. That's very simple. It's relevant to where we want the business to go. It needs to be time bound. So let's say this is going to take us about a month. I'm going to put this at the end of June. This is a company goal, and I'm going to assign myself as the owner. Awesome. We have a goal and we have a direction we want to take our company. So how do we accomplish that? Let's start making some strategies. First thing we need to do is identify which of the techs would be a better leader or manager. We don't want to promote someone that's bad with people. We need a system and KPIs to figure out what a good manager looks like. If we haven't already, we need to create playbooks for how we want things managed. Giving this person a promotion is going to cost us more, as well as hiring new staff, buying new vehicles. We're going to have to make a budget to make sure that this is feasible. And finally, we're going to have to put out a job posting for some detailers. Great, we have some very straightforward step-by-steps on how we can accomplish this goal. So how do we accomplish these steps? Well, let's break it down further into tactics. Let's stick with the first one. How can we identify which of the techs would be a better manager or a leader? Well, we want them to be consistent and reliable. We want them to be trustworthy, right? Who gets the job done right according to our playbooks? Let's make a spreadsheet with both techs and compare their KPIs. We'll see who knows the job better, who does better work. For communication, we need to see how they act in the field. Maybe we could call previous clients and see how they worked with other people. We could have them train a new technician and see how they deal with the trainee. Do they have good communication skills with this person, or are they going to be frustrated? We need them to be resourceful if they're in a managerial role. We want them to be able to take care of their own problems. We could have a secret shopper come in and be annoying and have a bunch of problems and see how they take care of that situation. And finally, I would just ask about personal drive. Do they want to be managers? What's their long-term plan? Do they jump at opportunities when you bring them up, or is this just a short-term gig for them? Do they want to be a manager? Do they want to grow? So now we have a short list of practical steps, and when we complete these steps, it's going to directly affect our major goal for our company. You're the captain of your ship, so this is how you steer it, is take your goal and break it down into bite-sized steps. Okay, so what does this have to do with relationships? Well, you need to know what you want. As a business owner, you need to know what you do, why you do it, and where you're going. Your employees can't do this for you. Unless you've hired a full C-suite of executives to make every single decision in your company, you are the brain. Providing value for your staff is providing consistency, safety, and purpose. Once you have things set in motion with a purpose, then you can go back and listen, ask for feedback, see what you can improve. But you can't ask for improvement on a system when you don't have a system. You need to lay down a framework, a set of goals for what you want to do. Goals set expectations and give clarity. So how do we make sure these goals are actually met, that they're not just words on the screen? We need accountability. If a friendship has no accountability or no set of standards that you hold each other to, even if it's unsaid, then you don't have trust. No trust, no relationship. This is 410's accountability page. This is where you can see everything you need to do, who it's assigned to, and what's going on. I'm going to assign myself to be in charge of this tactic, and I am the only person involved. We know that we want it to be completed by the end of June. Once we assign it, we can see who's the leader, who else is assigned, and what the timeline is. We've implemented a color coding system so you can see the progress of things moving along. Black means it doesn't need to have progress or it's unassigned. Red is 0% complete. Green is 100% complete. If I turn the tactic green, and the strategy also turns green because the other 3 are not assigned a color. If someone falls behind or has issues or something isn't being done the way you want it to be done, this is where you'll find out. Once you find out how things are being done wrong, you can then fall back on your playbooks to make sure things are being done correctly, or make a playbook if things are falling through because you didn't document it properly. This goal was made for us in mind to complete on our own, but what if we were doing this with a hiring manager? How would we make sure that they were doing things according to how we wanted them done? If he has a hang-up, issue, or any kind of progress, he can come in here to the chat and document it. So at a glance, I can come in and see everything in our company and where it's going. This eliminates the need for a lot of time-wasting meetings because we can quickly come in and get a bird's eye view of every single moving gear in our business. So far, the only tactics that we've color-coded on this goal are these 2. One is green, meaning it's complete. The other is orange, meaning it's somewhere halfway. If we go back to the goals, we can see that only 50% is completed. So as your managers and your staff update the jobs that they're completing, you can see how it's progressing the ultimate goal of your business. So, you now have a communication system. Your house is in order. Your clients and staff are taken care of, they know what to expect, they have clarity, and they have a routine. Now we can move out of our office to our professional circle. This is the power team section. A power team is a group of 4 to 6 professional individuals that share a similar goal. This can be a referral network, a C-suite of executives, a sales team, a managerial team, a business accountability group. Every landscaping guy should have an AC repairman, a handyman, a power washer. They're touching each other's ideal clients clients constantly, why not refer in a circle? These groups can be very powerful when properly utilized, but it can be difficult to get value if accountability is in play, ensuring everybody is fulfilling their roles. Say you met with a group like this every month. How would we provide value to this circle? Communications, expectations, and connections. If the group hasn't been founded yet, you have the opportunity to lay down a goal and set expectations for why the group is meeting in the first place. Just like your staff, clarify. This is a referral group. We're here to refer each other business and help each other troubleshoot problems outside of each other's expertise. We've set an expectation. All right, how do we fulfill that? Let's say we gather monthly, discuss the referrals we've sent, ask, hey, how did it go? Could I have referred them any better? Could I have sold your services better? Was it a good referral? Is there anything I can do to weed out these referrals better so I'm only sending you quality people? How can I help you? How can we provide value? So again, the key here is accountability. You gotta write it all down and hold these people accountable. If someone promises something and they don't follow through on their promise, you need to call them out. That's the whole purpose of the group. The opposite is also true. If you refer somebody and they do a great job and you get a glowing review and a thank you for being referred, talk that person up. Give them credit in front of everybody on how good their service was. Positive reviews in front of peers are very valuable to these people, so give them. Here you can see the people on your team, all the immediate information about them, any notes that you might want to know. More importantly, we have checkpoints. Every time we meet, we can document what they're working on, what they need, what they're going to do for us, and any other notes that we want to keep for them. That way we can hold them accountable on an individual level every time we meet. There's also a space for meeting notes. We can see who was there, what we talked about, any issues that we ran into, have a record and a timeline of what's happened with this group. So that covers our employees, our clients, our immediate professional network. What about our greater professional network? What about our acquaintances and the opportunities that pass us by every day? Well, everybody has been to a networking event where a guy runs up to you, he shoves his business card in your face, he says his little jingle, and then he's off to the next guy. You don't care about this guy and you never will. There's no value. Business events can feel incredibly worthless because everyone is there because they want something. They're trying to take value. We want to provide value. How can we do that for a complete stranger? Well, we could just send them referrals, but we don't know if they're good. We have no idea. We just met them. I don't want to tie my name to a referral if the product sucks. When you go into a group professional setting, it is your goal to take the people from that setting and schedule a coffee or a lunch date of some kind where you can sit down and get to know that person on an individual level. You need to take the time. Now, a lot of business owners don't have time, and that's fine. But if you want to build business relationships, you need to start looking at them as just that, relationships. Sit down with them, grab a cup of coffee, ask them what they do, why they do it, what do they want to do, how long have they been doing it, what kind of problems are they dealing with, what kind of person do they want to be connected to, what kind of referrals do they want sent their way. Pick their brain, then genuinely listen. Do your best to provide a solution to their need. Connect them to someone that you think might help them out. Even if it doesn't make you money, provide value. If you can provide value, you've made a friend. Most people don't even remember each other's names. If you sit down and listen to somebody, care, empathize about their problem, help them troubleshoot something that they're experiencing pain over, show good intent and business sense, and provide them with value, you know what they're going to do? They're going to turn right around and say, oh man, how can I help you? Don't cash in. Don't ask them to buy your product. You could ask them for a connection or maybe just a follow-up to get to know each other better even more. But focus on the person and the relationship and the value, and the business will fall into place. This is our CRM. Most people think of a CRM as a client relationship management tool. This is a contact relationship management, and it's designed to help you network and actually remember the intimate details about people. This is a people catalog, not just an email list. Here you can see all our custom tags, so you can customize it however you want, sort it however you want. If we come in, we can see every single detail about this person. When we meet with people, we need to write things down. We don't want to forget that their kid's graduating, they had an anniversary, and they had problems next time we meet. We want to be the person that says, hey, your kid graduated, right? How does it feel to have an empty house? How was the anniversary trip? Did you guys have a good time? Are you still dealing with that problem you talked about last time? I know that was hard for you. It's really hard to just remember. Take it from me, I have awful memory. You gotta write it down. If they gave you a recommendation to, I don't know, a restaurant, you can say, oh man, I went, I had a great time. Thank you so much for that recommendation. Show that you care about this relationship. Make yourself care. write things down. If you're the only car detailer that sends them a bottle of wine on their anniversary and says, hey, happy 10 years, you are going to be top of mind. There's not a single other car detailer that has a chance of being referred by that guy, because you took the time and the effort to show that you care about them as a person. You've provided them intimate value. Besides personal overview, we have our professional overview. If we want to give this man connections, we need to know what he's doing, why he's doing it, how he's doing. Sometimes people are working for a company doing one thing and they're also in a different career trying to do something else. Let's get the details so we can connect them either way. We also want to know what's a good referral for them. We don't want to just send them garbage referrals. We want to make sure that it's a perfect referral. We only know what their perfect referral is if we ask them and figure out what the guidelines are for what works and what doesn't. And finally, we have a timeline so we can keep track of everything we do with this guy, every time we've called, every time we've met, if other people were there, or what do we talk about. We want to keep track of every single interaction with this man, everything he cares about, and everything we can do for him. So you now have your house in working order. Your employees and clients are satisfied. You have your thumb on the pulse of your business and nothing is slipping through the cracks. Your immediate professional network is providing you great value and you are providing them great value. And every meeting you now have with business strangers becomes a window into new opportunity. You have value just flowing in through the door all over the place. I hope this has been helpful. If you want to know more about providing value through relationships, I highly recommend Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. There's a reason everyone recommends it. It is a great book. Go read it. If 4 in 10 looks valuable or helpful to you, please check out 4in10.io. If you know someone that could use 4 in 10, check out our affiliate program and you could make money helping others grow. Thanks for watching.